Have you ever wondered what the oldest living organisms on our planet are? Let's step back in time to the dawn of life itself, where the Kingdom Monera ruled supreme. This intriguing kingdom, the first of the 5 biological kingdoms, is home to the most primitive forms of life that have been thriving for billions of years. From the tiniest bacteria to the blue-green algae, each member of this kingdom carries a tale of evolution and survival. Stay tuned to discover more about these fascinating organisms in Kingdom Monera. What makes Kingdom Monera unique? Let's dive right in. The Kingdom Monera is characterized by organisms that are unicellular. This simply means that every organism in this kingdom is made up of a single cell. It's like being a one-man band, where the single cell performs all the functions necessary for the organism's survival. But that's not all. These organisms are also prokaryotic, meaning their cells do not have a defined nucleus. Picture an open-plan office where there are no partitions separating different sections. That's how it is for these organisms. Their genetic material is freely floating in the cell. Now let's talk about diversity. Monera organisms come in a variety of shapes and sizes. They could be spherical, rod-shaped, spiral, you name it. It's like a grand masquerade ball where everyone shows up in their unique attire. Perhaps the most fascinating characteristic of Monera organisms is their ability to inhabit extreme environments. They can survive in hot springs, deep sea vents, and even in the human gut. It's like they've got an all-access pass to the most exclusive venues on and even off the planet. These organisms are like the superheroes of the microbial world, thriving where others dare not venture. They are the true survivors, adapting to the harshest conditions and continuing to evolve and survive no matter what. These are just a few characteristics that make Kingdom Monera organisms so unique and adaptable. Stay tuned to learn more about the types of organisms in this intriguing kingdom. What types of organisms belong to Kingdom Monera? Well, the residents of Kingdom Monera are none other than bacteria and archaea, 2 types of microscopic organisms that are just as fascinating as they are diverse. Let's start with bacteria. They're the most abundant organisms on Earth, making their home in nearly every environment imaginable, from the deepest oceans to the highest mountain peaks. Bacteria are unicellular, prokaryotic organisms, which means they lack a nucleus and other complex cell structures. And while some bacteria can cause illnesses, many others are essential for life, playing a key role in processes like decomposing organic matter and even helping us digest our food. Then we have archaea, the lesser-known cousins of bacteria. Like bacteria, archaea are also unicellular and prokaryotic. But don't let that fool you into thinking they're the same. Archaea have unique genetic and biochemical traits that set them apart. They're extremophiles, thriving in extreme environments like volcanic hot springs and salt lakes, places where most life forms would perish. Despite their differences, both bacteria and archaea share some similarities. They both reproduce asexually by binary fission, and both have a simple cell structure compared to other organisms. In a nutshell, Kingdom Monera is a world teeming with microscopic life, each organism an essential part of our planet's intricate web of life. Despite their small size, these organisms play a significant role in our world. Can you name a few examples of organisms from Kingdom Monera? Well, let's start with Escherichia coli, or E. coli, a bacterium you've probably heard of. It's usually found in the lower intestines of warm-blooded organisms. Most strains are harmless and actually beneficial, aiding in vitamin K production. Next up is cyanobacteria, also known as blue-green algae. These little organisms are quite the overachievers. They are photosynthetic, meaning they convert sunlight into energy, just like plants. They are also believed to have played a major role in shaping the Earth's oxygen-rich atmosphere billions of years ago. Lastly, let's talk about methanogens. These are fascinating organisms that produce methane as a metabolic byproduct in anoxic conditions. They are commonly found in wetlands, where they are responsible for marsh gas, and in the guts of animals like cows, aiding in digestion. These are just a few examples of the diverse organisms found in Kingdom Monera. So, what have we learned about Kingdom Monera today? We've discovered that these organisms, primarily bacteria, are unicellular and prokaryotic, meaning they lack a defined nucleus. We've explored their diverse types, from autotrophs making their own food to heterotrophs, depending on other organisms. We've studied examples like cyanobacteria, responsible for oxygen in our atmosphere, and E. coli in our guts. Now, you have a better understanding of Kingdom Monera, the oldest and most adaptable kingdom of life on Earth.